Ikwataza, Banya Hawada, Banya Sharala. La Yasharala, which means to Israel. Sar, which means to turn, face the east, and we're gonna do the Lord's prayers, starting with the ancient Hebrew, which is the Lashwagadash. The Lord's Prayer, translated in Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malachbaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'ratza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemaya, Nathanawa, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasanat, Manawa, Kawa, Wap Yanawa, Kasanat Manawa, Kawa, Wap Yanawa, Wala'a, Tab'ayada, Badasayawan, Abba, Hawashawana, Maya, Rakaya, Laka, Habalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapa, Arat, La Igola, Aman. Lord's Prayer is translated in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. This is the blessings translated in Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Wama Yaka Allah, Wahalahayim, Matazmaya, Alawap Yahana, Halawapya, Hasaranya, Hakwataza Yanya, Hakaya Yanya, Waha Kawathium, Yahweh, Bahasha, Yahweh Shai, the water, Amah. This is the blessings translated in English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, Commander Gen Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Hakat, the power, translated in Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Baba Kusha, Nathanawa, Hakat, Lara Pa'a, Ka, Makala, Waka, Marawa, Hakat, Latahar, Ha Matazaria, Hakat, Lahaquabia, Hamathayim, Hakat, Rakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagarashad, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, the water, Aman. The power translated in English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it. Like, if I may. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 121, translated in Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanyan, Haharyam, Mahayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'ai, Yahweh, Aisha, Shabayam, Wa Aratata, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Ragalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yashayan, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahawa, Shamarka, Yahawa, Tazaka, Al Ya, Yamyanka, Yawama, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayara, Balayala, Yahawa, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Napashka, Yahawa, Yashamar, Taza Afka, Waba Waaka, Maitha, Wa I will love. This is Psalms 121 translated in English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore. Where we are right here. Okay. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 83, translated in English. Al-Hayim, Al-Damaya Maka, Al-Thakarash, Al-Thashikwa, Al-Kaya Hana, Al-Yabayaka, Yahama Yawan, Ra'ash, Amaka, Yairayana, Sawada, Wayatha, Yaitazawa, Altaza Pawanyaka, Amarla, Lakawa, Wanaka Kayada, Magaya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shamya Sharala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawaita Zawa, Laba, Yaka Wada, Ayaka, Barayat, Yakaria Wa, Ahaya, Adawa, Wa Yashamai, Alaya, Mawaba, Waha Garaya, Gaba, Wa'ai Mawad, Wa'ai Malak, Palashat, Im, Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Aima, Hayawa, Zarawad, Labanya, Lawat, Salat, Aisha, Laha, Kamadia, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabyan, Barakal, Kayan, Wan, Nasha Madwa, Baya Dara, Hayawa, Dama, La'a Dama, Shaya Damwa, Nada, Ya Mawa, Kaira, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Ba, Wakaza Tazar, Mana Ka, Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Armawa, Nashawa, Narashara, Ladawa, Na'awa, Alahayim, Ka'ash, Thaba'ira, Yaira, Wa, Kala Haba, Tha Lahat, Harayam, Khan, Thara Datma, Basa Raka, Wabasa, Wapatka, Thaba Halal, Mala'a, Panya Ham, Kualawan, Wayam, Bakwashwa, Shabka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya Bahawa, Adya'a, Waya Kapara, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya Atha, Shabka, Yahawa, Labaka, Layawa, Ha Aratazah. Psalms 83 translated in English. Keep not thou silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God, for lo thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as to the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles take to ourselves the house of God in possession. Oh my God, make them like it will, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame set up the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Sar, which means to turn. Take a seat, you may be seated. Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Barakatah to the brothers, Yahweh, Shamar, Hashem, Yahshua to the sisters. Welcome to another Sabbath service. I'm Priest and Officer Yaquatazah from the city of Buffalo, under the leadership of Commander Jenny Hanna. My job is to obey the Lord, follow orders from the men above me, represent the One West Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander Jenny Hanna at the fullest, so that we can bring this nation back to its rightful place, like the Lord requested, you know. And Sabbath, the high holy Sabbath service is important for us, though, because we understand when you read through the scriptures, even from the beginning of Genesis, though, that the Lord, it's necessary that the Lord require a mandatory rest day for our sakes, though, you know, which is really specified is that we should not be doing servile work, though. We should be restricted from doing any servile work, though. If you cutting grass or cooking a meal, or taking your rib or your wife or out to the movies, or if you going to the movies solo, you know, that's not breaking the Sabbath, because when you read the scriptures in the proper context, it said, "Thou shalt not do serve our work," though, which means servitude work, though. So that refers to any brother or sister who's having a slavery or a job. You know, and with that being said, even if a brother or sister or anybody was to own a business, though, their servants, anybody that work for them, are not supposed to be working on that day. You know, working and servitude work are two different things. We need to understand, though. And the Lord's high holy Sabbath day is extremely important for a reason. It's meant for that, though. It's very logical. It is very practical, though. You know what I'm saying? This is an actual custom that Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians need to be following. Every Black, Latino, and Native American Indian woman and child need to be practicing, and because everything we do is practical, conducting the high holy Sabbath service every time under the leadership of Commander Jenny Hanna until our King Yahweh Shai return back to the earth, though. But as currently right now, we are authorized. We are how shall I say, authorized to follow orders from Commander Jenny Hanna, because right now Commander Jenny Hanna is the brother that's in charge of all Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians on this earth until our King Yahweh Shai come. You know, everybody needs to be under the ranks of Commander Jenny Hanna in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you know, to properly learn how to conduct the Sabbath service the correct way, properly attending the rightful Passover, like the scripture says, so, which is the only real Passover under the leadership of Commander Jenny Hanna, though, which is going to occur April 20th, 2024, you know, like the scriptures say, Zephaniah 2:1, though, gather your souls together, O nation desired, though. Every brother and sister need to be up in this one body in the leadership command of Jenihana to learn how to perform and conduct the high holy Sabbath service in a proper manner. Because unfortunately, though, a lot of these fake Israelite groups, though, say you're not supposed to cook on the Sabbath, or certain things you're not supposed to do. Though they just crazy and dumb and stupid and don't understand the proper context of the Bible. Well, number one, because you're not under the proper leadership, which is commanded in honor. Though you choose, you want to learn on your own and do your own thing. Though, well, guess what? The Lord says in the Bible, He says He only reveals His secrets to the only one body, which is the ISUBK, and that's factual. We did prove that from time to time. But the Lord is only going to reveal His secrets to the ISUBK under command of Jenny Honor, though. You know what I'm saying? If you were some other group or try to do your own learning and understanding, though, it's not going to go. You got to eventually fail. And people going to find out how serious the Lord is, though. And with that being said, you know, the usual, though, myself as a priest and prophet in the Most High, I'm going to read these, read the precepts and Lashwan Kadash, which is the ancient Hebrew, which is the ancient tongue, because every brother and sister that's Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian need to be studying and learning Lashwan Kadash from the men in the ISUBK, from the scholars in the ISUBK, General Q, Usher Hazahad, you know, that's just some Hebrew scholars, for example. We need, like every brother and sister need to be learning Hebrew from the ISUBK, though. As a matter of fact, being in the body in the ISUBK, though, you know, so not just learning Hebrew, though, you know. But this is something, though, this is something important, though, because we understand that in order for the Lord to truly acknowledge you, well, first and foremost, though, in order for the Lord to truly acknowledge you, you need to be under the ranks of commanded Jehada, though, because we are the only one body, you know, first and foremost. But in order for the Lord to acknowledge you, you need to learn Hebrew, Abba, God, Da, Ha, Wa, La, Na, you know, etc. We get the whole 9 yards, though. We need to be learning these Hebrew characters, though, you know. It's nothing wrong with learning different languages and different tongues, though, but Hebrew should be the number one priority language every Black, Latino, and Native American Indian should be learning. You know, we need to learn how to say Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah in a proper manner, Yahweh Shemar Etha, Bashem Yahweh Shai in a proper manner. You know, so we need to understand the Lord's tongue, though, because ancient Hebrew is the Lord's tongue, though. Every other language outside of ancient Paleo Hebrew or Lashwan Kadash is a bastard language, like the Assyrian Modern Hebrew, though. We read the Assyrian Modern Hebrew only for transliteration, though. It is really necessary, though. It is at some point important for us to know, you know. But as far as like English, Espanol, and Italian, all other crap, though, you know, so, you know, all the other languages, even with the modern Hebrew, it's a bastard language outside of Lashwan Kadash or the ancient Hebrew with the ancient Hebrew characters that you will see displayed in our garments or in any apparel we wear, or etc. You know, any logos, scrolls, you know. Because once again, the Lord revealed His secrets only to the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge and the leadership of Commander Jeniana. But we're going to get into these stories, though. First Chronicles chapter 14, verse 11, going all the way to 17. Though we go read these 7 precepts in Lashwan Kadash, then translate it in English, and then go back to the English, read the line word for word, line upon line, here a little, there a little, and give some breakdowns for brothers and sisters to get understanding. So like it, my man. This the book of First Chronicles, chapter 14, verse 11. Why Allah? Baba, Paratza one. Wayaba, Shan, Dawada, Dawayat, Slaka Dawayat, Wayamar, Dawayat, Parataza, Hayam, Ath, our Yabai, Bayada, Baga Rataza, Mayam, Al, Ban, Quarawa, Sham, Hama Quayam, Haha Wa, Baal, Paratza Yam, verse 12. Why I Zabah Sham Ab Allah Halah Sam Why Amar Dawa Yad Why Shamaga Ba'ash, verse 13. Why Yapa Ayad Pala Shatayam Waya Pa Shagun by Mark, verse 14. Waya Sha'al Iwad Daiwa Yad Ba'ala Hayam Waya Mar Lan Halayam La'ah the Ayla Akare Yam Hasak Ma'ayla Ya'am Waka Ath Laha Has Mama Wa Haba Kayam, verse 15. Waya Haya Basha An Ath Kwawa Hataza I Da Bara Shah Haba Kayam Azah Bataza Kama La Kama Baya Yataza Ha'a La Hayam Lapa Nayad La'a Bawath Ath Maka Nai Pala Thayam, verse 16. Waya Aish, Dawa Ya, Ba'asha Shar, Taza Waha, Ha'a La Halahai Yam, Wakawa, Ath, Maka Nai, Palasha Thayam, Maga Kaiwan, Ida, Gaza Ra, verse 17. Waya Tazah, Shath, Dayada, Daiwa Yad, Bakam, Ha'av Rataza Wath, Waya Hawa, Nathazah, Ath, Paka Daw, Ayah, Ba, Haga Wayam. That was 17. That was Salaki. That was the 7 scriptures and the Lashwa Gadash. Now we're gonna read First Chronicles chapter 14, verse 11 through 17 in the English for transliteration. First Chronicles chapter 14, verse 11. So they came up to Baal Perazim, and David smote them there. Then David said, God hath broken up upon my enemies by my hand like the breaking forth of waters. Therefore they called the name of that place Baal Perazim. Verse 12. And then they had left their gods there. David gave a commandment, and they were burned with fire. Verse 13. And the Philistines yet again spread themselves abroad in the valley. Verse 14. Therefore David inquired again of God, and God said unto him, Go not up after them, turn away from them, and come upon them over against the mulberry trees. Verse 15. It shall be, when thou shalt hear a sound of going in the tops of the mulberry trees, that then thou should go out to battle. For God is gone forth before thee to smite the host of the Philistines. Verse 16. David therefore did as God commanded him, and they smote the host of the Philistines from Gibeon even to Gezer. Verse 17. And the fame of David went out into all lands, and the Lord brought the fear of him upon all nations. Now we'll read it again and break it down for brother and sister to get understanding. The book of First Chronicles, chapter 14, verse 11. So they came up to Baal Perazim, and David smote them there. So King David came up to the Bazaram and unalived them, unalived his enemies, right? And King David also mentioned that. Then David said, God hath broken in upon my enemies by my hand, like the breaking forth of waters. And King David mentioned that the Most High has broken, has destroyed his enemies that was going against him, you know, like the breaking of fourth waters though. Like if it was something that's fragile, you know, because when David was fighting against the enemies though, he knew that by him obeying the Lord though and doing what the Lord required of him though, that King David know that he had the Lord was on his side though, because he also understand that if King David was fighting against his enemies, and no matter how tough he may be, or how much training he had, or how much experience of battle he had though, he understand that without the Lord being on his side though, he more than likely he would be defeated by his enemies, and his enemies will conquer. But instead though, David was a man of the Most High though, and during this time he obeyed them. So by he obeyed them though, when King David battled the enemies of the Most High, David had confidence of defeating the enemies. Therefore, they called the name of that place Baal Perazim. The place where David fought and destroyed his enemies at, Baal Perazim, a town or location, you know. Verse 12, and when they had left their gods there, David gave a commandment, and they were burned with fire. Right. When the enemies of King David left their idols there, though, David gave an order to his military, or the brothers or the people that was with him battling against the enemies, in order to unalive them with fire, right? You know. Verse 13, and the Philistines yet again spread themselves abroad in the valley, though. So David's enemies though, which are the Philistines, which in this time period though, we would say the actual Philistines are the Hamitic people though, the so-called Africans, right? They were scattered abroad in this area though, you know, where they were battling. You see, verse 14. Therefore, David inquired again of God, and God said unto him, "Go not up after them." So as David given the order from the Most High, though, he was authorized not to go up after them, and avoid, isolate from them, you know, turn away from them, right? Don't get engaged with their situation, and come upon them over against the mulberry tree, right? Come against them. Verse 15, and it shall be when thou shalt hear a sound of going in the tops of the mulberry trees, that then thou shalt go out to battle, right? So the sound will be referring to like a battle sound, or like, you know, like when they ring a bell, when they sound an alarm, like a military alarm is sounding off though, or when they ring any type of war bell, meaning they're calling for battle, to the attention to get ready for battle, you know. And when that happens though, the people understand that that's an army. They understand that who's ever ringing that bell though, that's usually somebody like in a position to give them the order. Right. For God is gone forth before thee to smite the host of the Philistines. Right. David is got the order from the Most High, and by David being the highest ranking man in his army during this current time, though he's giving out orders to his man to destroy or unalive the Philistines, which would, you know, that are going against him. Verse 16, David therefore did as God commanded him to, right? Because we see that David being a man of the Most High and being honorable and understand obedience, though he followed what the Lord has commanded him to do. And by him doing that, though, he's able to accomplish his task, though, which is that on the scripture says that they smote the host of the Philistines from Gibeon even to Gaza, in these different areas, right? Or these different people, right? The King David was able to defeat and unalive the enemies of the Most High. Verse 17. And the fame of David went out into all lands, and the Lord brought the fear of him upon all nations. So we understand, like, in the aftermath, though, when David defeated these Philistines, his name was spread out, though, like fame. When it says fame, though, you know, you fame, though, because like you're popular. Like it's like a good positive way of being popular. When people say they famous or outstanding, though, like people you're well known. Your name is like brought out, though. You're not really it's the opposite of being like underrated, you know. When your name is called out, though, people will know who you are, though. And by people know who David is, though, and the actions he did, though, besides him being a man of the Lord, which is more important, though, the enemies, the fear of coming against them, which are the other nations that I was talking about, though. So any nation that was that was not of Israel, you know what I'm saying, feared them, because David was a mighty man, though. He was some bad brother who wasn't to be taken lightly, you know, as the scripture say, though, because we understand that being a man of the Lord, though, and we do exactly what the Lord requires to do, though, the Lord creates any of us to have that spirit of David, you know, that have the spirit of David, you know, which is a good thing, a straight conqueror, you know, and a conqueror for the Lord's sake, though, to do the Lord's work, though, you know, to keep our people established and rulership over these other nations, which is our natural enemies, you see. And we understand, though, when we read this Bible and understand the history of our forefathers, what they've accomplished and what they went through, though, we will understand that if our forefathers and our ancestors were these people during a certain time period, though, we can be the same way too if we obey the Lord, if we keep His law, statutes, commandments, if we learn to follow orders from men above us that the Lord put in charge, though, which is the ISUBK, and we learn to be obedient, you know, and not lean into our own understanding, we will understand. We could have that spirit of David, which an extreme conqueror, you know, having the other nations, the other races of peoples fear us, though, you know. But without the Lord, though, and without keeping His commandments, and without the Lord, though, none of this is possible, you know. We need to understand that, though, you know. And this is a lesson that Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians need to understand, though. If we could if we can gather up together, like Zephaniah 2:1 says, though, and if we learn to be obedient to the instructions our Father, the Most High, put out in this Bible, and learn to take a lesson, take a lesson from our ancestors, our forefathers, what they've been through in these stories. Though we will have that spirit of David, which is an extreme conquer, and that's something that's happening today. Is the men in the ISUBK, because the work that we do shows that we're conquering. We're actually conquering little by little every day. Whether people realize it or not, believe it or not, though, every single day the ISUBK is conquering little by little, to establish this kingdom for our King Yahushua return. You see, that's our goal. That's what we're striving for. And with that though, that this wraps up the Sabbath service though. We understand that, like, when we read about David and a lot of our people in this situation though, we gotta be mindful and take heed of what they went through and why it wasn't necessary for them to be obedient and follow orders from men of the Lord or the Lord, though, so that the other nations don't conquer us and put us in a bad life, that put us in a bad lifestyle, like this society got us in right now, which is something important to have, because unfortunately the majority of our people is of this world, of this society. But if they was to understand, who we are as a nation, and they learn to fear the Lord, keep His commandments, and understand the history of King David and the other brothers in this Bible, though, they will have an understanding of how to operate, though. Come to these. This is why we say, for all brothers and sisters that's watching us online, we say come to these Sabbath services, though, in whatever zone you in, though. It's good. Yeah, it's good to watch online, though. If some brothers and sisters have a slavery, like if they have to work on that day, it's necessary, or if it's a reason why they need to be back and watch the Sabbath service remotely instead of just coming here physically, though. But if a brother or sister was to come to any school in their zone physically, though, that's even better, though, because they would get the spiritual feel of what we about, though, you see. And I'm gonna wraps it up for the Sabbath service, though. We understand that King David is a man, is a brother, that's somebody that's not taken lightly, though. He's not here to play games, though. He's obedient to the Lord, and he will unalive for the sake of his nation, to keep his nation in power over all other nations. That's I myself is striving that same exact category as King David, you see. All right, that wraps it up. All right, brothers and sisters, I need for everybody to Sar, which means to turn and face the east. For time's sake, I'm gonna just read the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. The Lord's Prayers in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malachaka, Taba'a, Ratzayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Ka, Yawan, Wasala, Laknawa, Kabawathanawa, Kasa Nakwa, Kabawathwadianawa, Wala'a, Taba'ayanawa, Banasayawan, Abba, Hawashinawa, Maya, Raikaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatha Rath, La Iwalamia, Ama. This is the Lord's Prayer is translated in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. All right. Sar, which means to turn. I'm gonna get a courtesy salute to the brothers, men of Israel, Amajim, Amaj Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Shabbat Thumb. Sar, which means to turn. Give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Sisters, you may stand. Amajim, Amaj Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Etha Ba'ashem Yahshua. Sisters, you may be seated. Class dismissed.